Good morning, Wrestling fans. Happy Saturday. Hope you all have a good start to your Saturday morning to kick off the weekend. Well, another edition of WWE Friday Night Smackdown is in the books. Last night's Smackdown, I thought it was just okay. I thought so could be much better, but it was okay. SmackDown kicked off with SmackDown GM Nick Aldis in the ring to address what happened last Friday on SmackDown when Randy Orton gave him the RKO. He calls out Randy Orton. Randy Orton begs Nick Aldis to give him a match at, at, at WrestleMania. He gets interrupted by Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. Basically, Solo Sikoa, as he's walking down to the ring, has words with Randy Orton and tells him, "You're in the past, Randy." He also tells Randy Orton that at WrestleMania, Jacob Fatu is going to become the new United States champion. Randy Orton responds by telling both Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga to come in the ring and fight. The two come in the ring and attack Randy Orton. All of a sudden, you hear LA Knight's music pop. He comes out to help Randy Orton. And after that, it ended up to set up a match, a tag team match between Randy Orton and LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, which became the main event of the night SmackDown. I thought the Nick Aldis and Randy Orton promo segment was pretty good. I enjoyed the segment. I also like Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga coming out. I'm glad they came out. Well, I'd like to see them utilize Solo Sikoa more often because I'm disappointed of the way they use Solo Sikoa. First they were planning on him versus Roman Reigns. Then they're saying they're gonna pin him up against Jacob Fatu. Now he doesn't really have a match, so I'm kind of disappointed of the way they're not utilizing Solo Sikoa the way they should. So I enjoyed the promo between Nick Aldis and Randy Orton, and we still don't know who Randy Orton is going to face at WrestleMania. We know he's going to match at WrestleMania. We just don't know who. May believe it could be Solo Sikoa. Other people believe that it could be Nick Aldis, but I truly believe that Randy Orton will have a match at WrestleMania, regardless. The first match of the night was the women's tag team gauntlet match. Winner faces Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez at WrestleMania for the women's tag team titles. I thought the women's gauntlet match was exciting. I enjoyed it. I thought some of the tag teams that were involved in it were kind of like mismatched. Like, I didn't care for Natalya tagging with Maxie Dupree. I thought they could have someone else match up with Natalya for this match. So the only thing I didn't like about that the mismatch with all the tag teams that were involved in the women's gauntlet match. But overall, I thought it was an exciting, fun match. I enjoyed it. It ended up being Lyra Valkyria and Bayley winning the gauntlet match, and they will face Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez at WrestleMania for the women's tag team titles. Women's tag team titles. Now, I'm not against Lyra Valkyria and Bayley be a tag team match and them get a tag team title shot, but I would rather see Lyra Valkyria defend the women's IC title against Bayley at WrestleMania. So that's my opinion. But they chose to have Lyra Valkyria and Bayley tag team together to get a tag team title shot against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez at WrestleMania. So that's what I'll say about that. We had Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre face to face. Now this was a very interesting face to face because at first Drew McIntyre came out first. He came out all hot, heavy, all pissed off, and basically he had words for Damian Priest, not a surprise. And he also mentions that their match at WrestleMania is going to be a Las Vegas Cincinnati Street fight. So in other words, this could most likely be a no-holds bar match. And just from what I saw between these two, I think things has got very personal between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. So during Drew McIntyre speaking, you see Damian Priest coming out all pissed off himself. The official's trying to push him back, but he comes down the ring, goes after Drew McIntyre. Only Drew McIntyre starts beating him up in the ring. So this segment was very interesting, very unique, but just by the storyline between these two, it's got very personal between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. And we had a one-on-one match between Rey Fenix and Berto. This was another fun, exciting match. I enjoyed this match. I thought both Rey Fenix and Berto put on one hell of a performance in the ring. I enjoyed it. Rey Fenix picks up the win over Berto. We had a women's one-on-one match versus Zelina Vega and Chelsea Green. This was a very disappointing match. It didn't last that long. I didn't like the outcome. I'm disappointed of the way they're using Zelina Vega. I don't think she's been utilized properly, especially ever since she switched brands and went on to Smackdown. So I wasn't impressed at all between the Zelina Vega and Chelsea Green match. I'm very disappointed in the outcome. Cody Rhodes had a promo segment last night. In the ring, he had two tables with all the different WWE championship belts. And he comes out to the ring, and basically he discusses all the different WWE championship belts throughout the years. He also had words for John Cena. He basically tells that WrestleMania that he's determined to retain the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania and keep it where it belongs. Because as we all know, as you know, John Cena has already announced that when he wins the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, he's going to retire with it and take it with him. So Cody Rhodes basically said he's determined to win his match at WrestleMania against John Cena and retain the WWE Championship and keep it where it belongs. As far as his segment goes, I thought his promo segment was pretty good. It was decent. I have no complaints about it. We had a one-on-one match between Roxanne Perez and Tiffany Stratton. This was a decent match, okay match. I thought Roxanne Perez put on a good performance in the ring. She's another one I'm disappointed about since coming to the main roster. I don't think they've been using her properly since coming up. I thought, in my point of view, they should have just kept it down in NXT because since they brought her up to the main roster, they have been utilizing her properly, and I'm disappointed. So, in my point of view, they should have just kept down NXT until they have plans for her. So I'm disappointed about that. But no, I thought the match between Roxanne Perez and Tiffany Stratton was decent. It was enjoyable and watchable. Last but not least, we had the tag team match. LA Knight and Randy Orton versus Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. I thought this was a pretty good tag team match. I thought it was exciting to watch. I think all four men put on a decent performance in the ring. Of course, Jacob Fatu got involved. It went right after LA Knight. But no, I think it was a decent match. Decent. So all in all, last night's Smackdown, it was just an okay show. I thought it could have been much better, especially that it was the second to last Smackdown before WrestleMania. So I thought it could have been much better. But it was a decent show. No, can't complain. Before I end my video, I want to announce the match card for both Night 1 and Night 2 of WrestleMania that was announced last night. Let's see. Night 1, we're going to have Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. Jay Gargill versus Naomi. War Raiders versus The New Day for the World Tag Team Championships. El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio. Gunther versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. And the triple threat match between Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. So that's your card for Night 1 of WrestleMania. Night 2, we're going to have Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship belt. We're going to have Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in a Las Vegas Sin City street fight. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. LA Styles versus Logan Paul. And last but not least, your main events for Night 2, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the Undisputed WWE Championship. So these are your cards for Night 1 and Night 2 of WrestleMania. Now, of course, both cards could change from now to next Saturday, which is Night 1, because as WWE has announced, cards are subject to change. So, as of right now, these are the cards for Night 1. These are the cards for Night 1 and Night 2 for WrestleMania 41. So the cards for Night 1 and Night 2 of WrestleMania are stacked with exciting matches. I'm looking forward to both nights, as I said in my previous video. So that's the card for night 1 and night 2 WrestleMania as of right now, provided they'll make any changes to the cards. Um, Please, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow my channel with subscribers, so if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. Hope you have a great weekend.